Welcome to Frequency Matters, the RF and microwave update. I'm Pat Hindle, and I'm here with my co-host, Gary Lerude. I hope everyone had a good, happy New Year and a good holiday season. It's a good, restful time for us, so that helped, even though we have to keep the magazine going.
Yeah, very relaxing.
Yep. So I think this is going to be a really exciting year for the RF and microwave industry. There's a lot of activity in some exciting areas such as 5G, Internet of Things, UAVs, electronically scanned arrays, a lot of GaN activity with envelope tracking and things like that. One area I think that's going to evolve is metamaterials. So in January, we spend a lot of time on the articles in metamaterials technologies. And the cover story is about a wideband omnidirectional microwave cloaking technique, and they use a fractal array to accomplish that. So it's very interesting technology. So yeah, Gary and I will demonstrate. If we were to wrap ourselves in this fractal array, we would disappear. Dr. Nathan Cohen of Fractal Antennas is the author of the article, and he describes the technology and reviews the first true wideband cloaking demonstration that he performed many years ago. So we also have a video demonstration online to really show you how it works. They actually take a fractal array and they print it on a thin mylar sheet and they back it about an inch away with another material. So it's a very simple way to manufacture this. Now if Gary and I were to take off the material, we would reappear. And that's not really how it works, but you can see from the video demo online actual demonstration, but we thought that would get the point across.
It is a really cool article, and the technique is pretty interesting. Speaking of metamaterials, we also have the third part of our series from Ulrich Rode and A.J. Padar on metamaterials and Mobius strips. And this third installment sort of brings it all together. They present 5 examples of oscillators that are created using these techniques that have exemplary phase noise performance, and also some with voltage-controlled frequency changes. So it's an article worth reading. And as we put the articles online, we've found that they generate a tremendous amount of comments.
Yeah, it's been a firestorm, actually. I mean, they've literally generated hundreds of comments each. So we expect this third part to also do the same thing.
Right. It's a very practical article, so encourage people to read it. We have 2 other technical features this month. One on radar target generation that's submitted by Rode and Schwartz. That's very interesting in how do you test a radar system. And then, because the theme is along the same line, we have an article from the University of Melbourne on millimeter wave, a single chip millimeter wave transceiver for automotive radar. And that's quite interesting. Very good performance there. And the contention is that this technology is going to allow very small sensors at 77 gigahertz that within a few years will be commonplace. We'll use them all over the place.
Yeah, getting it down to a single chip makes it really low cost and manufacturable.
Very cost affordable.
And so in 2015, we made a few changes to the magazine.
Yep.
We have a new calendar page, so it's a little more graphic oriented.
I think it looks really great.
Yeah, and so we have a new series called Fabs and Labs, which will replace STEMworks from time to time on the last page in the magazine. And our first one is about Mercury Systems Advanced Microelectronics Center. And we talk about how they make products manufacturable for a high quality to the military market.
And I think that's really interesting. It'll give people a chance to see what companies are doing sort of on the inside.
Yeah, as we visit people, we'll take some pictures and do a summary.
So let's see. I guess we should talk about news, right?
Yes, news time.
So as we record this, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas is wrapping up. There were a lot of interesting things there. Kind of a theme seemed to be the Internet of Things.
Right. And
there were a number of new products demonstrated that will become available over the coming year. One that I thought was pretty compelling, having been a parent, is a thermometer patch that goes under the arm for a baby that has a Bluetooth connection to an app on your cell phone. And you can, if your child is sick, monitor their temperature and track it. And if you need to, send it to the doctor. It'll show the temperature over a period of time. The patch lasts about a day or so, and then you just replace it with another patch. So I thought that's a pretty compelling example.
Yeah.
And it ties to our December issue, which focused on the Internet of Things. And we had a couple of articles there, as you well know, that tie into some of the design considerations for doing things like this.
Yeah, I really like all the gadgets that come out of the CES show.
Yeah.
I love the wrist drone. It just kind of pops off your wrist and does kind of a selfie picture and then flies back on your wrist.
Yeah, so that's pretty compelling too. It'll be interesting to see how these play out and which ones really have commercial success.
Right. And also in the news, Qorvo began its voyage at the beginning of the year. So TriQuint and RFMD are now officially combined, and you did a very nice piece kind of analyzing how their products are structured and who they're going to compete against in the market.
Yeah, I think they're going to be certainly a compelling company to watch this year. In the mobile space, they'll compete with Skyworks and Avago. And in the sort of infrastructure and defense side, they're probably one of the largest, if not the largest players in that space now. Maybe ADI is the next largest competitor.
Yep.
So
yeah, they do a lot of GaN work, so
right.
that's from the TriQuint side and RFMD side.
Right. So a lot of technology coming together. It'll be interesting to watch how they go forward.
Yeah, and also, so as we kick off the new year, a lot of the software companies have major releases. ComSol recently released 5.0 in their app builder, so we'll be covering that in February. In January, we cover CST's Studio. And so we'll be covering probably ANSYS and AWR following those. And one that was in the news was Keysight Technologies released ADS 2015, and that added RFIC interoperability with Cadence and Golden Gate. So there'll be a lot of activity on that front.
Yeah, speaking of Keysight, we probably should mention that Pat and I had the opportunity to visit Keysight in November and did a profile of them that appears in this issue. It was a real fun day.
Yeah, that was a very interesting visit, a very impressive facility.
Yeah, we really appreciated meeting all the people, and you'll see in the article what we think of their culture.
Yes. And so I just want to take a chance to thank our audience. We've had a lot of good feedback. We've done more than 25 episodes so far.
That's amazing.
So please encourage people to share this video with your colleagues and friends.
Right. And if there's something else we can do, then let us know.
Right.
Next week, I'm heading off to China with our European editor, Richard Mumford. We're doing some preparation for the EDICon show. We'll be visiting some companies and universities, trying to make sure everybody's aware that the show's coming up in April and encouraging folks to attend. So how about your travel schedule?
Yeah, so the end of January, I head out to DesignCon in Santa Clara. So I'll be looking at some of the signal integrity challenges, because that's something I think we're going to cover in the future. So I want to explore those opportunities.
Good.
And also I want to give a shout out to IGGA Military Radar Summit that's in February. So if you're in that market, you might want to check that out, going on in DC.
Good. Anything else, or wrap it up here?
I think we're all set.
Well, we'd like to thank you for watching, and we want to thank our sponsor, Mini Circuits, for making this available. You can get more information about Mini Circuits products at their website, www.minicircuits.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.